Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Team McCall coming with another video. This time we got another 6v6 ORAS Wi-Fi battle. Still using the Mega Blastoise team. And today my opponent has got quite the interesting team. Lopunny, Umbreon, Shaman Skyform, Jirachi, Chandelure, and Seaking. So here, the Mega Evolution possibility is the Lopunny. Umbreon's a stall Pokemon. I have never played against the Shaman Skyform. Jirachi, somewhat annoying, but not really that strong. Chandelure, I don't know. And Seaking, I have, what in the world, why does he have a Seaking on his team? So, he does have a couple tanky Pokemon with Umbreon and Jirachi, so I gotta be a little careful with that, but Pyro should be able to run down his team pretty well. The thing with Lopunny, the Mega Lopunny is really fast, it's pretty strong, so I also gotta be careful. Let's go ahead and get this battle started. My lead Pokemon was a little difficult to choose. In the end, I do end up going with my Torterra because I was just like, there's only one Pokemon that he could start with that would be a problem to my Torterra. So I'll just start with Torterra, get up the rocks, and so that's nice. Unfortunately, he did switch in the Shaman Sky, so it didn't take that 25% damage from the Stealth Rocks. But I'm not complaining. At least I got him up. So here we're going to see the Air Slash. Because here I'm like, there's no point in switching. I don't have a safe switch in. And I don't really need Torterra for anything on his team. So he does get the flinch. This thing has Serene Grace, so he's got like the 60% chance of flinching. Just like my Togekiss. So he picked up a knockout. But I'm okay with that because it's a free switch in. The thing is I didn't know what to switch in. But I do go with Pyroar so that I can. He didn't switch out. I disagree with that. I think he should have switched out. I mean, unless if he didn't really need this for anything, the risk wasn't really worth it. Could have switched in this something safely and kept the Shaman around. But now he's just gonna go straight into Deborah, his Chandelure, which I can't do anything against since it most likely got Flash Fire, and I am locked into Flamethrower. So I switch out into my Blastoise because I also knew that this thing obviously has access to Shadow Ball, so that'd be super effective against Dusknoir. But he actually goes for the Minimize, so playing a little RNG with the Serene Grace and the Minimize there. So I still stand. I don't have anything that I can switch in. The thing is, on the bright side, I do have a move that cannot miss on my Blastoise. Unfortunately, that move is fighting type, or in other words, it does not touch this Chandelure. So I can't rely on that. Luckily, I do connect with the Water Pulse. So we're getting a little lucky there. He goes for another Minimize, so he's probably just going straight up +6 evasiveness. And we do go for another Water Pulse and we connect, so he can't complain. I mean, that's what happens when you play with RNG. Sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. So we've already knocked out 2 of his Pokemon. So now we're going to see his Seaking's game. I'm like, well, I don't know why he'd really send this thing in. Because he thinks that I'm just going to be going for all Water Pulse. So I go for Dragon Pulse here. It's the strongest move I can go for. So still doesn't really do that much. And he goes for Horn Drill, and let's see, he connects with the first one. So if I knew, I would have just gone into my Dusknoir, which would have been immune. So I mean, he lands his first one, so really sucks. And here he gets the Quick Claw Pop. So he gets to go first. So luckily he misses, and I do get my Air Slash, which is not going to be enough to pick up the knockout. But I go for another one. I maybe should have gone for Dazzling Gleam because it would have been the for sure knockout. But we do connect and we do pick up the knockout. So this guy's just like pure RNG. So now he's going to go into the Jirachi. I don't know what RNG Jirachi really has. I don't know too much about Jirachi. I'm not too big of a fan of using legendaries on my teams, but I do predict an Iron Head. So I go into Dusknoir, my only tank left, and sure enough, we do see the Iron Head. So here I'm kind of thinking he's probably going to switch out. I'd love to burn this thing just so it would take damage over time, even though it might have Natural Cure. It might even have Serene Grace. So that might be what he's going for, Serene Grace, Iron Head flinches, I don't know. but he does go into Umbreon. I was thinking if he does go into Umbreon, I would love to Toxic this thing. That would be my dream. But I just I went for the safe Will-O-Wisp since at this point I couldn't really afford to make any mistakes. And obviously this thing has Synchronized, but I would have been fine being poisoned, just as long as this thing also would have been poisoned. So we do see it's also leftovers, so it's just going to be this would just be a very, very, very long stall. There's also a high chance that he's got foul play, and my attack isn't the highest, especially compared to my defense, but I still don't want to take any unnecessary damage with Dusk Noir. So I switch out and I go into my Togekiss, predicting the foul play. But he ends up going for Swagger. So here's the RNG from the Umbreon. We got the Swagger coming in, which would have been nice on my. Well, I guess it could be, or it would have been nice on my Dusk Noir because then I would have been at a +2 Ice Punch. But the Lum does cure me. I wasn't predicting that, but at least we get to use it. So Umbreon is taking damage slowly and slowly. So here I'm debating on whether I want to go for a Dazzling Gleam or an Air Slash, because an Air Slash would. I was just hoping for Air Slash flinches because Dazzling Gleam would probably be like a 2 or 3 hit knockout. So I go for Air Slash and I miss. So I just miss taking out his Mega Evolution, which sucks because now this thing is going to hurt. And I know this thing has Scrappy, so there's no point switching out to my Dusk Noir to take the Fake Out. So it really sucks that I missed the Air Slash, or that I just didn't flat out go for a Dazzling Gleam. If I went for the Dazzling Gleam, I wouldn't have missed, and I would have knocked that thing out. So he's going to switch back into the Jirachi, probably predicting the Air Slash. But I went for Dazzling Gleam because I was like, if I survive, I want to connect, and I want to knock that thing out. So Jirachi is going to take it pretty well. The Iron Head here is pretty obvious. So I go into my Tyrantrum, just because he hasn't hit the field, just because there's not much he can do at this point. So, I mean, the Iron Head is going to do a lot, and he is going to end up knocking me out. I don't know if this thing was Choice Scarfed or not. I didn't explore that possibility. But I do think I'm not, or Tyrantrum doesn't even have base 100. So he is going to withdraw here, so it kind of makes me think that he is Choice Scarfed, because he wouldn't want to go for a, or he wouldn't want to take a Flamethrower. So at this point, I'm just kind of hoping, I was thinking he would switch out, so if I go for the Overheat instead of the Flamethrower. But as you guys know, I have Rivalry, so that did 75% damage. So if I wasn't Rivalry, that would have knocked him out, especially after that burn. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world anyways. It's like one more turn, he's going to be knocked out anyways. So I switch out because I don't want Pyro to take any unnecessary damage. I go into my Togekiss so I can extreme speed this. But he actually ends up going for the foul play. So there's the foul play. You see it does nothing with the resist and with my really low attack. So he's going to get a little bit of leftovers recovery. He's going to take burn. So he's not quite knocked out, but I just go for the Dazzling Gleam. I was thinking, oh, I can just go for Extreme Speed. I was like, no, I'm just going to go for Dazzling Gleam in case he wants to switch out. I definitely outspeed this thing, so there's no need to go for a safe Dazzling Gleam. So we do knock it out, and he brings back in the Lopunny. And this thing's just a problem. There's not really anything I can do to this thing with the Pokemon I have left. So here he goes for the Fake Out. We're going to do a lot of damage. And he goes for the return, which is easily going to knock me out. So things aren't looking so hot right now. Mr. RNG King over here is getting some nice RNG in his favor. So at this point with Dusk Noir, I know obviously he has Scrappy, he's going to be able to hit me, but if I survive and I can get a Will-O-Wisp off, that'll be the way I can pretty much win, but I miss. And that pretty much seals the deal right there. If I hit that, there was a chance that Pyro could come in and survive a Drain Punch, but we miss the Will-O-Wisp, and I mean, there's not much else to say after all the RNG in this game. I can't complain because he was at +4 evasiveness and I still hit him with the Water Pulse. So, I mean, it's just RNG is part of the game, but this guy is just the RNG king. This team revolves around RNG. So, I it would have been. It's tough to say if I would have survived the Drain Punch since I don't have the best defense and he has really high base attack. But he ends up beating me. He still had the Jirachi in the back, so if I neutralized that Lopunny, I would have won since there wouldn't have been much he could do to me, and I would have. Well, unless if he was Scarf, then he would have outsped and done some damage to me. But I don't know. It's just the way it goes sometimes. It was still a pretty fun battle. I mean, it gets annoying, especially if RNG doesn't go in your favor. But I feel like in that one it was back and forth. And obviously, I don't want to face off against teams like that every time. But every once in a while, it's a little bit of fun. Saying, "Oh, come on! Oh, yes, yes, yes!" So, an interesting team. First, like full RNG team I've really gone up against. So, I don't know. Not much to say. Just a fun battle. Pyroar didn't. Well, I mean, Dust Noir. There was a lot of things that went wrong. First of all, when Blastoise went down to the Horn Drill at full health. If I knew he was going to try and spam Horn Drills, I would have sent out like my Tyrantrum or something with that, or something that was at low health. But it was pretty big that we lost Blastoise. But it is what it is. So if that's pretty much going to be it for this video. If you guys want to battle me, go ahead and let me know. Whether it's singles or doubles, I'm always down the battle. So anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.